In this tutorial, you will learn how to create a Google form, which can be used as a survey to collect data from your students. Google Forms can be a great tool to collect background data from your students, or it can also be used during a lesson to check for understanding. Please feel free to press pause or rewind as you see necessary. The first thing that you will need is a Google email account, better known as Gmail. There are two ways to access Google Forms. First, you can use the search engine to find it, or when logged in, you can access all the Google tools from the top right-hand corner. If you don't find it, you can go to More, Even More, and scroll down until you find Google Forms. I'm going to Google Forms and I'm going to click on creating a new one. I'm not going to use a template this time. I will title my survey. And my survey will be saved every few minutes on its own. I would like to begin by using a short answer. And I'm making all of my questions required by sliding the require button. There are multiple types of questions that can be used in a survey. You can have short answer, paragraphs, multiple choice, checkboxes, drop down. You can allow your students to upload files. You can make linear, multiple, or checkboxes. I'm going to use some multiple choice for my next one. Because I want to add more options to my multiple choice, I would just click where it says add option and type another one. If I want to leave the option of other, so it's not as specific, I can just click where it says add other, and my students will have between the option of checking Algebra 2 or College Algebra. I'm also making this a require. If many of your questions are similar, you may want to duplicate and then perhaps just edit your questions a bit. Another great tool that you can do is that you can add images on your questions or in your responses. You can also create titles and descriptions, videos, or sections. I believe sections to be one of the most useful ones so that you can keep your stuff organized. So for example, I can put an add section right here and you break my question on my survey. I can edit the colors. I can preview my survey. It would open in another tab and then I can see how my students will see my survey. And I can also make it so that other people can edit it with me. So if I want to add more collaborators, I can do that too. I can require for them to give me their email address. They can perhaps only respond one time to this survey. And they can also have access to seeing the charts and the text responses. When I'm ready with my survey, I can share it in my Google Classroom, or I can give the students the direct link to it. I may want to have email if I have the emails for them to access it. So when you have a link and it's very long and I want to share it really quick in my class, what I like to do is I like to copy the link and go to Google URL shortener. And by doing so, I can shorten this long URL into something more accessible for my students to see. That way they would only have to type this and still get access to the survey. I'm going to copy it. Under More, I can make more changes to this. Let's say that I want to give this survey to multiple of my classes, but I don't want to mix the results between teaching my morning class with my evening classes. I can make a copy of my survey so that I can give them to both classes without mixing my responses. I can also add collaborators of other people that have Gmail. Once I'm ready and I have distributed my form, I can analyze my form by clicking on responses. I don't have any responses yet, but if I were to have some responses, I can ask for Google to create a spreadsheet of those responses so that I can analyze my data. Please feel free to contact me if you have any more questions on how to use Google Form.